An alleged landslide victory for incumbent President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has been met with vigilant protest in the streets of Tehran after last June's Iranian elections. Supporters of opposition candidate Mir Hossein Mousavi have taken to the streets wearing green. These protests have been met with violence and repression from an Iranian government that refuses to countenance suggestions that the results were rigged. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei has backed President Ahmadinejad, and the Guardian Council ruled on Monday that even a partial recount has actually reinforced the result. Iranian authorities have banned journalists from reporting events inside Tehran, going as far as confiscating cameras and mobile phones. Consequently, a lot of the coverage that we've had here in the West has come from YouTube footage and Twitter communications. The footage that we have had from YouTube has shown a government willing to go so far as to open fire on its own people. The death of Neda Ajar Sultan, a young Iranian student, is being held up by opposition supporters as an image of a government no longer legitimised by the voice of its people. If there is one voice at the front of these protests, it is that of the youth. Now 30 years on since the Iranian Revolution of 1979, many of these young people find themselves without any recollection of those events and the attachments to the current regime. The regime in Tehran has blamed Britain in particular for a lot of the civil unrest that has occurred in the past few weeks. Now, with the results seemingly not going to be overturned, the question remains as to whether the West has done enough to foster support for opposition protesters. Despite the claims of some, what is happening in Iran is clearly not the revolution that many hoped it would be. Despite this, protestations and opposition to the current regime bring with it promise of real reform and real change, if not now, at some point in the near future. But is the West doing enough? Have you been affected? How has the coverage interested you? Please visit our website at catch21.co.uk and leave us your comments.